Liftoff and the clock has started.
Goal.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Vobie One-Eyed Kenobi Showbie with me, Richard Vobes, here at the Vobes Show headquarters, the central of communication from my bonds to yours, wherever you happen to be. And it's very nice to see you on a Friday, the 7th of December, 2022. I'm managing now to get this off pat, 2022. No longer do I accidentally make that mistake of saying December 2021. Which is, very easy to do when you get into a new year. Hope you're all well. What are you up to? It's fun viewing, says hello, Richard. Hello, everyone. Lovely to see you. Lots of people out there. If you've joined us for the very first time and thinking, hello, what's going on here then? This is the Vobes Show. We broadcast on a Monday, a Wednesday, and a Friday. And on special occasions, we'll do extra shows. It does depend if we have a special guest in or something like that. I can tell you on the 11th of December, we have a gentleman coming in from Phoenix History. Yes, good old Dan is going to be with me. Actually, I don't know what Dan's surname is. I probably do, but I can't bring it to mind. But lovely Dan from Phoenix History. He's got a YouTube channel. He's going to be joining me here in the studio. Live. I think that is I can't remember what day of the week that is, actually, to be honest with you. The 11th. Maybe somebody can look that up and let me know. I think that's next week, because it's the 7th this week. And hopefully, good old Ricky will be back. probably on a Tuesday or a Thursday, not sure exactly when. And, of course, the lovely Julia, the stalwart of the show, the reason that people actually tune in. Maybe it should be called the Julia Show with Vobes as a sort of sidekick. Maybe I should go back up into the loft with Eric. No. That wouldn't work. Anyway, it's lovely to see you. Very nice to see all the familiar faces out there in the chat room. If you've never chatted before, you're very welcome to chat and join us. Of course, we have a phone line which will be open shortly, 0793 4746 790. It's just like some sort of professional thing, but this done on a shoestring, ladies and gentlemen. If you take your shoe out of your string and you dangle it down from your window, you never know, somebody might tie a lump of meat to it and then bring it back up. I gather that's where living on a shoestring, the term comes from prisoners who used to live above gates and things, you know, like the gate to the city or whatever, and they would take their shoestrings off and they would lower them down and people would feed them, and that was known as living on a shoestring. I didn't know that until about 2 or 3 years ago when I read it in a book. And that's the beauty of books, of course. The beauty of the beast is something different. Don't get confused. Station Master's Choice is out there saying, I hope you're well. We are, thank you very much. Daniel Watkins is also out there. Bonnie is there, which is lovely to see. And Burgess and Mark Burgess is also there. Saying hello to Tina and Bobby, which is nice. Tina and Bobby, I am just looking up to see if Tina and Bobby, where they are. Tina Denson says, hi Richard, first time here, first timers even here in Leeds. Hello Tina and Bobby, you are very, very welcome. You see, that's why sometimes I do say the old, if you're a newcomer, spiel. It's worth doing it because there are, you know, people who tune in inadvertently by mistake. There they are. This is the BBC, Sky News, GB News, the Vobes Show. Oh, the Vobes Show. That sounds friendly. And so when they come along, it's always lovely to say hello. Now, we've got 3 of the viewers' videos which have been sent in. We'll be playing those. Another trainside view, so popular last time, from Stephen Agger. This is going across the Ribble Viaduct, which I think is in Yorkshire, isn't it? It's right up there in Yorkshire. In fact, Tina and Bobby probably know it better than I do, because Leeds is up there in Yorkshire. A lovely place, aye. I've been to Leeds many times, and I remember the outside the library, I don't know if it's still there now, there used to be this giant chessboard, and you'd see these old duffers there with their cloth caps and their whippets playing a game of chess with each other, smoking pipe and talking about, I guess, pigeon fancying. I'm not sure, I'm from the south, what do I know? I know nothing. Raymond, of course, or Raymond, or Ray of Hope, as we like to call him, has been scratching his head over the copyright issue and saying, I will eat my hat if today's tune has copyright issues. And if Henry VIII comes back and says, oi, I made up that tune. I don't think Henry VIII was from Yorkshire, but he might have been, you never know. I don't think he was. We'd have to ask a historian for that information. Then he's going to eat his hat, and that will be interesting. And Bernie is going to escape. He's no longer at number 6. He's no longer a prisoner. Port Miriam is going to be behind him as he flings away the shackles of life and makes haste for somewhere new, which is very nice. And that will be the end of his exciting episode in Port Merion. And he says to me, the full-length features will be on his YouTube channel at Station Master's Choice. So if you want to watch the whole thing, go and look it up. Support him. He's supported this show many, many times with his wonderful videos. So do check him out, Station Master's Choice, and see what he's up to, which is great. Tim Denton says something. It's just disappeared off my screen. That's the way the chat sometimes goes. Where were you, Tim? There you are. Wouldn't it be lovely, he says, for it to be the 7th of December again? Then we could all have Christmas all over it. Oh, my goodness. Do you want Christmas all over again? Christmas was one of those months, wasn't it? Christmas wasn't, it was kind of a month, where it's all touch and go. Is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? What's Boris going to say? Is Boris going to let us have it? Oh, can we go out to play? Thanks, Boris. Not that it's actually his decision whether we have it or not. I think there may have been religious reasons that we may or may not have chosen to have it, depending on. Ernie's here. Tally-ho, he says. Nice to see you, Ernie. I do try to read as many of the comments out, but if I don't read your comment out, just send me a fiver. That's probably the best way to go. Bonnie says, I've downloaded DaVinci editing software today, and that's as far as I've got. DaVinci Resolve is what it's called, and it is free, but you need a relatively strong machine, although it's supposed to run on most machines, but if it is, if it's one of those machines that you wind up in the morning and the elastic band gives up by about 11 a.m. just as you open it up and start to use it. It started off as a very simple program because they weren't really into video editing. They were more into color grading. And in fact, the industry, the cinema industry, used to edit in other programs, and then they would go to DaVinci Resolve and use their color grading program. And DaVinci Resolve, the Blackmagic people, they're called Blackmagic, they were very clever because they realised, we could do some editing software. If we got everybody to use our editing software and we gave it away for free, unlike most of the high-end ones, maybe people will buy our gear. And that's how they principally make their money, by selling high-end gear for lots of money. And you think, well, if I've got the editing program, maybe I'll buy, 10 grand's worth of editing desk. Not me, obviously. So there's a lot of people using it, a lot of amateur people using it, and a lot of high-end professionals. It's just, it gives you all the tools you need, even the free version, although the paid-for version is just a bit faster with a few more bells and whistles. But basically, you can do pretty much anything you want with the free version, if your computer will run it. So that's that. Now, we have a Christmas card, another one that came in late. By the way, I felt guilty in the last show, in which John Berger and a number of others sent in their lovely Christmas cards, and I threw them over my shoulder in a sort of flounce of saying they're in a special place. And then I started to feel, I hope people didn't think that I was ungrateful, because I'm very grateful for all the effort that people do and the lovely things that people do send in. And I was asked today, maybe I should say thank you to my patrons more frequently. And I thought, well, I do say thank you. A lot of stuff goes on behind the scenes, sort of thing. But I am very grateful and thankful, and I get down on my grovelling knees and bended knees and say thank you to do what I do. But anyway, I didn't want people to feel that when I threw these over my shoulders, it wasn't in any way, meant in a bad thing. It was just there for a bit of comedy, and everybody likes a bit of comedy, don't you? So I've put them in a very special place. However, that's not the case with this one, because this one is a nice one that's come in. It says winter wishes. None of this Christmas stuff. This is winter wishes. I don't know who Winter is. He's a nice bloke, but he's just sent me some wishes. To Richard and Julia, thanks for all the entertainment throughout the year. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you very much. Best wishes from Alan Carden. I think it's Alan Carden. It's Alan... Carden, I think that's it. Thank you, Alan. Very much appreciated. I won't throw that over my shoulder. I shall just shove it down. You see, the trouble is I can't put them... I don't have a top enough desk to put them in. So, and when they're on the background, by the way, they all disappear. So, sorry about that. Now, I also have a box to open. Now, you may remember I was having a bit of a moan. Moan. The very idea. How could you possibly be somebody who moans? But I had a card through the post, and do you remember I said, oh, look, there's a card. It's demanding, I think it was £20 of customs payment. Something was stuck at customs, and his card came in. And I said, oh, that sounds... I haven't ordered anything. What could it possibly be? They want 20 quid. And a lot of people, me included, have had on our phone all this sort of fakery from Post Office, from Yodel, from, what's that other one that everybody doesn't like, Hermes, and PDF, or whoever it is, PD Quick, or whatever they call themselves. And they all say, oh, we tried to deliver a parcel for you, and you weren't in, so if you pay £2.50, we'll make sure it's delivered. And actually, all it is scammers asking you for your credit card. You pay your £2.50, and you think, oh, well, that's okay, it's not too much. much. But of course, they don't care about the £2.50. It's your credit card number, the expiry date, and the number on the back is what they're after, so that a day or so later they can buy those big colour television sets that they've always been wanted to buy, or whatever it is. They've got your card number, so they're either going to sell that on to somebody else who will start using it, or they'll use it themselves. So I'm very cagey about anything that comes in, especially when it demands money that I've ordered. But turns out it was a gift, and here it is. Now, you'll be pleased to know that I have already redacted the addresses so that there is no infringement of anybody's liability, plus the fact it's upside down, and in order to read any of that, you'd have to turn your head all the way round, which is impossible. If you can get your chin up there and your mouth down here, well, your mouth is already all right, whatever. So, yes, so I've done this. This wonderful parcel has arrived, and it was in the post office. And I know who it's from. It's from Holly & Co., or better known as it says, as it says on here, from Anita and Laura. Actually, I don't need to pull that off. Anita and Laura, who very kindly have sent it in. Now, they've been supporting the Bald Explorer for some time with very generous donations, so thank you so much. See how I'm on my bended knee? I'm not actually on my bended knees, but if I got on my... All right, I'll get on my bended knees. I know, you want to see it. Thank you so much. There we are. You see, that was genuinely said from my visage. So I thought I would open it. I've no idea what's in it. I've no idea, but they very kindly sent it in from Canada. So Holly & Co., thank you so much. It's so kind of you. So I've got a pair of scissors here. So I thought I'd open this live on the show, because it is exciting when somebody sends you something. Isn't it exciting? In the days of email and personal messages and all that electronic rubbish, and somebody actually takes the time to parcel something up and put it in a box, especially one that's like this, that's ticking away, it's quite heavy and has that sort of Semtex smell about it. It's very nice and exciting. And if the screen goes suddenly dead, and... there's a news article to say Mr. Vobes was blown up by a parcel bomb, you'll know perhaps it isn't as nice to get these parcels in the post. But I'm sure that Holly & Co. have not planned to blow me up live on the screen. And if they have, well, I won't feel anything. Unless, of course, it's a dud. Let's see what's inside. Oh, my. There's more wrapping paper or something. Let's open this up, find out what we've got in here. It's a very nice box, by the way. I just put that into safekeeping. So we have a lovely white plastic bag, which is very reminiscent of a bin liner. Very, very useful. Thank you very much for that. And, we have some... Look at this. This is a little something with a label. We'll get to that in a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, I could just set up the special opening of parcel cam. Here it is. Look. Oop. That's over there, and we have another box here. That's a bigger one, that is. And wait for it, an envelope. And that envelope will give us a clue as to who it's for. It says Nigel and Keith. What? Nigel and Keith? Who's Nigel? Oh, sorry. Richard and Julia. Ah, Richard and Julia, right, okay. Isn't this exciting? I know, if you're sitting at home thinking, this is a bit self-indulgent, Richard's got a parcel, he's opening it up on the show. Who cares? Well, Holly & Co. care. They sent it to me, and I care, and IKEA. Oh, no, IKEA doesn't care. It's not. I'm sure there's no IKEA furniture in there. Thank goodness for that. Let's open that. I'm sorry that Julia's not here. I thought I'd open it in today's show rather than wait till Monday. Although I could. Julia can open hers on Monday. Maybe I shall, whichever one, because this one's labelled up Richard, and so I'm assuming that this rather beautiful one. Let's have a look at this. Is labelled up Julia. So maybe I shouldn't look in that one, and Julia can open it on Monday. Maybe we'll do that. Because that would only be fair. I'm not going to open up Julia's present, but I'll open up card because I'm like that. So here we are, card opening up. Oh, look at that! Isn't that beautiful? There we are. Look at that. That is a piece of art by Ranson Clark from Gabriola Island, BC, before Christ. Crikey. He was very good, wasn't he? And it says in here, it says, Merry Christmas for Richard and Julia. Best wishes to you and your families and the new year. Thank you very much. You've got to, this is why it's a bit late, because it got a bit delayed. Much love from Anita and Laura, Noel, Holly and Co. And look at the lovely little pictures. There we are. Whee! They're very lovely. Isn't it exciting? Julia's excited as well, which is brilliant. So I'm going to put that over here. You can't see it, but it is actually there. Look, beautiful. See, that's I like those sort of pictures. That's the kind of art I like. I know other people like that odd art, but I like something that, I'm a simple man, ladies and gentlemen, very simple man. So let's get to the chase, shall we? Shall we see what's in here? Red wrapping paper. Oh, I think we'll open that after our first video. The suspenders, the suspense. It's outrageous. Yes, but it might as well make a bit of a thing of it, mightn't we? So do you fancy a train ride? Let's have a train ride with Stephen Agger on the Ribble Viaduct. All good stuff. Let's get cracking. Here comes the train, whistling now.
One 5 8 7 9 2.
Ribble Head. Service to Carlisle. The next stop is Dent.
And there it was, the Ribble Viaduct himself. I mean, there he was. The Ribble... What? Hang on. There was Stephen and the lovely... Thank you very much, Stephen, for taking us on that. I've never been on that train or that line. I think I have passed the viaduct, but had it in the far, far distance from a road on a trip that I did for a corporate video many years ago. I think so, but I could be wrong. But lovely to see it for first-hand there, or at least a sort of second-hand, first-hand experience, if you see what I mean. Fantastic. Thank you very much. We really enjoyed that. And we have 2 more videos to go in tonight's show, and we will open up the phone lines in a minute. So let's find out what's inside here. I have not touched it. I have no idea. So... Oh, I just realised there's a Christmas tree. I've just realised this. I don't know if you can see that in the light, but there is actually a Christmas tree on the bag. And it says, no EL. I don't know what that means. Oh, no L. No. There was I thinking it was a protest. You know, no EL, no electronic lemurs. We don't want electronic lemurs, thank you. I don't know what Eye of Fry is, but Station Master's Choice thinks it's Eye of Fry. Ear of Toad, Nose of Goat. Right. The big reveal now, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a swimming pool, I can tell you that. It's not a new van, no, but it is... Oh! I had a shock then. I had a bit of a shock for a moment. I thought it was something the taxidermist had brought in, but here it is, ladies and gentlemen. It is a ferret. Oh my God. It is a genuine ferret. It's not a genuine ferret, but it is hello, Mr. Ferret. Oh, look at that. Oh, it is a real ferret because, wait, it says it's, how do you operate this? I think there's a little hole here to shove your hand in. Look at that. It's a genuine ferret. I sat on a ferret the other day. I sat on a ferret in the month of May. Sat on a ferret. Sat on a ferret. Hello, Mr. Vobes. Hello, Mr. Ferret. That is the funniest thing. There we go. How about that? It is a ferret puppet. Oh, you can operate the back end. I've stuffed my hand up his backside. That is amazing. That you need small hands, I think it's obviously for children, but I just about get my hand up his bum. Oh, I say. There, the new Rod Hartley. It was going to take me a while to get used to. Get off. No, to get. No, stop it. All right. Yes, I know. I used to have one of those raccoons that used. Come back here. What? Get off! No. Oh! Ow! What? Stop it. Ow! Oh! Ow! Ow! It's got my ear. Ah! You! What? Get off my ear! Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, what can I say? Anita and Laura from Holly & Co. Absolutely brilliant. Oh, you have me. When I opened it up first, it looked like a dead cat. And I thought, oh my God, what is this? I've just opened live on the show. And then I realised it's a ferret. Oh, there we are. The show mascot. Sean James Cameron says, now sit on it. I can't bring myself to sit on the ferret. Not yet. You can sit there on Julia's microphone. There we are, look. Oh, let's see if we can get you. Hang on a minute. I could probably prop you up. There we go. As ever, this show is done by 2 hosts. One far more handsome than the other. You all right, Ferret? Yes. Thank you. Marvellous. Thank you so much, Holly & Co. I hope you're still out there watching. Oh, there we are. Poor Freddie. I did warn him about Richard. Coochie, 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 coochie. It's look at it. It's like rabbit in the headlights. Is a bit worried about being on the show, but we'll get him acclimatised. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we must improve our bust. We will go to one more video, and then we'll open up the phone lines, and you can have a good old chinwag with me. Ron Langley says, "Well, it's something you've always wanted, Richard." Yes, that's very true. Right, we are going to go and find out if Bernie can escape.
Now there is one man and his 500 dogs, and that's one place I would not want to be on a rising tide.
Yes, he has been. I got one of you and your dad, but then Katie got one of you and your dad, and Neve turned round, so she got one with Neve.
Well, I found the oyster catchers. Didn't expect to see one on top of a building though. Very noisy they were. And on the way back up, I found a gentler slope. Some rather weird pieces of art. And there's the town hall, scene of many a meeting, parades, mini mokes. So, although there were parts where I felt a little bit the atmosphere of the prisoner, the presence of so many people, for me, perhaps spoilt the day just a little bit. It was very difficult to get totally into the prisoner frame of mind, especially as one or two places I think they could have made a bit more of it, but we're 50 years on, so it has to move with the time. Aha, the chessboard. Aha. All announcements made from here. Vote for number 6. And that is the door to the residence of number 6, believe it or not. It's looking very different now. We'll take one last look at the residence of number 2. I'm not a number. I'm a free man. So there.
There we go. The set of The Prisoner, 1960s TV series with Patrick McGoohan. Amazing to think that after all this time, it's still what people think about Port Meriam. Although I imagine that there's plenty of younger people who have never heard of The Prisoner that go there and wonder what all the fuss is about. But there you are. If you're of a certain generation, it has a certain thing about it, especially the theme tune. Now, you are very welcome to give us a call on the show. 0793 4746 790 is the number. We can have a chat as we ease ourselves towards the weekend. What are you doing this weekend? It's going to rain tomorrow here in jolly old Worthing. I'm meeting up with Mr. Suggett to go out in his new car. I say car, it's his new camp-in van. And I'm very excited to be privileged to have a go with that and find out what he wants to do with it. He was hoping to take his dog for a walk. Roxy, his lovely little, I don't know what it is, some sort of pug-type dog. But it's going to rain, so we're going to go for a drive, which would be very nice. Thanks, Bernie, for the video. Absolutely brilliant to see that. We have a caller. Let's find out who it is. Hello, welcome to the show.
Oh, it's Farmer Tiles from south of the water.
Oh, Farmer Tiles. Hello, Farmer Tiles. Nice to talk to you. How's it going, Mr. Banton?
Oh, I'm very pleased with your new furry friend.
He's lovely, isn't he? How delightful! I'm so thrilled. It took me completely by surprise.
Yeah, it's from BC, which stands for British Columbia.
Oh, is that where Jesus is from then, is it? British Columbia?
Western side, it's close to the border between North America and Canada, I think.
Ah.
But it's in Canada, of course.
It's in Canada. Lovely place, Canada. I've never been there, but I do have viewers. Obviously I've got viewers because they've sent in the ferret. But how lovely that is! Have you ever been to Canada, Terry?
No. I'd like to go on a train through the Rocky Mountains. Rockies.
In the Rockies, with what people throwing stones at it. Is that what they do in the Rockies? They lob stones and boulders and try and derail the train. That's a special game they play in the Rockies.
Yes, you get broken windscreens, probably, the train windscreens.
Yeah, but don't worry, auto glass are on it because they're automatically replaced, I imagine.
Yes.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway.
I was going to ask you, are you wearing bell-bottoms tonight?
No, I'm not. He wouldn't let me wear his trousers, good old Bell, but I'm wearing my own.
Yeah, because I'm a bit worried your new furry friend might start travelling up from your ankles up towards your nether parts.
It's true, and that would be rather terrible. So I'm going to have to get some rope or elastic and put them around, or wear drain pipes. Although I think rats run up drain pipes, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a game called Bat the Rat.
Is it? Yeah, Splat the Rat. I used to play that at fairgrounds. Splat the Rat.
Yeah, children love it. That these sort of children's fates and things they have in the summer.
Yeah, when we're allowed summers, of course. Which hopefully this year we will be allowed to have summer without masks, and we can go around splatting rats.
Yes, I noticed you were taking the knee earlier on.
Yes, I did take it. I don't know where I put it now. I shoved it somewhere. I don't know what they mean when they say that, when they say taking. Don't they mean going down on the knee rather than taking it? Where do you take it? I mean, your knee is attached to you, unless, of course, you're unfortunate somebody who's either got a leg missing or you've got a leg missing. Or your knees have been, I don't know. It's funny, the English language is very strange, I find, at times, where you're taking the knee. I don't know what it's like, what does that really mean? Have you ever taken somebody's knee?
No. Oh, no.
It's good for a laugh. Whip it away from them, and then you watch them topple over. I got your knees.
When I was at school playing hockey, which I did occasionally, I had a very nasty experience. A hockey ball's pretty hard stuff. It's like a cricket ball.
Sorry, I completely misunderstood then. I thought you meant that you were playing hooky, as opposed to, not going to school when you're actually playing hockey. I've got it now. Sorry.
Jolly hockey sticks.
Oh, jolly hockey sticks. I say. Did you go to one of those jolly hockey sticks? I say, absolute shah.
Yes, I did. It wasn't my fault, but I wasn't paying the bills, so...
Oh, right. Well, that's all right, if not paying the bills.
The experience was that one of my mates whacked the hockey ball, and it sort of took to the skies and hit me on the kneecap. It was rather...
Yes, I bet that was painful. As Ginty Steam says, if you had a wooden leg, you could take it somewhere. I've just taken my knee on the train. Come on, knee, up you come.
Yes, if one had a prosthetic leg, you wouldn't feel it probably.
No, I think the prosthetic leg, lovely. I mean, see, I actually have a prosthesis. Can't say it. How do you say it?
Prosthetic.
Yeah, prosthetic. But what is a prosthesis? But a prosthetic leg is the singular of a prosthetic leg is a prosthesis, isn't it? I can't say the word. I've got one though.
A thesis? No.
But I have. It's my eye. Is it that one or is it that one? I never forget. Which one is it? I can never forget which one it is. It's the one I can't see out of. Sean James Cameron says, "Took to the Skies." Isn't that a black and white film with Kenneth More? Yeah, I think it was. Something like that.
Reach for the Sky.
Reach for the sky. Take your knee and reach for the sky. Yeah, that's a film with Douglas Bard. Well, he's not in it. Douglas Bard, he wasn't in it. I think he was alive at the time, though, when that film was made.
Was it Kenneth More?
Yes,
like
Kenneth More, that's right. And he wore old tin legs.
Kenneth Williams.
Oh, no, can you imagine Kenneth Williams? Oh, no, I've had my legs have been blown right off. No, you can... Or Frankie Howard. Oh, no, madam, you can laugh. Stop tittering my legs. Here, no, thrice no.
I expect you come across an actor called, he's passed away now, Charles Hawtrey.
Oh,
I met
yes.
him.
Did you?
I was in a pub with my fiancée at the time, somewhere in Kent, and he rolled in with his, he had an entourage with him. They looked like bouncers.
Did they? I used to like, I mean, he had a sorry end, old Charles Hawtrey, but he was always the sort of, you know, the funny little wimpy character that came in, old Pint Pot from Carry On Cabby. Always made me laugh. Sean James Cameron says that they did This Is Your Life for Douglas Bader, and it's on YouTube, did they? This Is Your Life. Who was the first person who did This Is Your Life? The Irish. Eamon Andrews. Eamon Andrews, isn't it?
Not Eamon Holmes.
No,
Andrews.
Eamon Andrews. This is your life. He used to have that sort of nervous laugh as he was standing there with his big red book. And so this is your life. Well, that's how I remember it. Maybe it wasn't quite like... He was always sweating, I seem to remember. Maybe it was the hot lights of the studios back in the day. Dear,
yes, he was on that children's programme as well. Crackerjack, wasn't it?
Was he on Crackerjack?
Oh yeah, no, before your time.
Oh yes, it's Friday. It's 5 o'clock. It's Crackerjack. Yes, I used to enjoy that.
Anyway, I wish you and your new furry friend, and I look forward to seeing what Julia's present is.
Yes, I look forward to that. We'll have to wait. I'm not even going to take a peek, but it's in here. Oh, it's moving about. Oh, golly. Slightly nervous now. Thank you so much to Holly & Co.
Yeah, it might be a pink mouse to go with your ferret.
Yes, that's true. We've got to feed him something. I suppose, do they eat mice? Is that what they eat? They must eat something smaller than them. They don't eat grown men, do you? You don't eat grown men, do you? No.
Well, they go up trouser legs, so I'll leave that to your imagination.
Yes, thanks. Well, as you said, you know, I'm going to put something around elastic bands around that so that we don't have that problem. It's been lovely talking to you, Terry.
Cheers, and
you look after yourself.
Yeah, and you. Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
There we go. That's good old Terry Banton ringing in from South Water in Sussex. Good old Sussex. Sean James Cameron says ferrets are strict carnivores. In the wild, they prey upon and eat whole animals that consist of raw meat, raw bones, and other tissue, and digested vegetable matter. Ooh, golly, they'd have no trouble with me then, I don't think. We have another a caller on the phone. Hello.
Hello there, how are you?
I'm very well. Is that Mr. Fabian?
Well, it's FAB.
Oh, FAB. How are you? Have you ever encountered a ferret, FAB?
Certainly in watching their kind of behaviours, in how they operate, but not in a very pleasant manner when they are being used for fostering the world of searching and killing animals for some kind of sport. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of blood sports at the best times, but the idea of fox hunting and keeping vermin in control makes me kind of
Cringe.
Sensibly, not cringe. It makes me feel. When I originally from London, I moved into the Cotswolds, lived in Cirencester for quite some time while I was moving into Stroud when I was waiting for my purchase of the house that I was moving into. I was living over a stable of horses, and the whole kind of credentials of this kind of idea that when you've got townies coming in and telling other people how to live their life, which has been a riotous affair in the last 15 years, particularly politically speaking anyway, for the youth of today that think that they know best when they quite frankly haven't got an clue about what they're dealing with. So I myself wasn't terribly accessible with the knowledge because I was growing up and getting into my situation of learning how to be a contributory element to the society of the countryside people, but not the countryside alliance, not politicizing it whatsoever.
No.
Just learning because I went to boarding school, as I said to you.
Yes. It must be very difficult for people these days because countryside stuff is fading from us. Although the countryside is there and the people still work in the countryside, but they're primarily now working very remotely and without the sort of social intercourse that they would have had in the old days, because fewer people are actually working on the land and they're sort of isolated in their big tractors and what have you, and the contractors are coming in, and it's not so much farmers and the villagers from the farm who are being employed anymore. So there must be, I was just going to say that there's this sort of disconnect now between what we have as a tradition. So you've got people with ferrets that had a purpose to using those ferrets. And then you've got people of today who have absolutely no concept of that because, any livestock is almost a peculiarity for people because the nearest they get to livestock is when it's dead, chopped up, defurred, deboned, shoved in a polystyrene packet with a bit of cellophane on the top, or
agreed, yeah,
or it's in a fast food chain, which is the food of which is fastly clogging up their veins with all sorts of unwanted cholesterol.
Yeah, well, you need to watch the documentary on fast food documentary on Netflix called the founding father of McDonald's, I believe it was, or something. With Woody Harrelson, he was particularly fantastic in it. Moving swiftly on anyway.
Swiftly, yes.
I really need to let you know about BCS being in British Columbia. It's actually between obviously Canada and America, but it's actually where Prince William and Prince William Kate, was it? No, it was Prince Harry, wasn't it? And Meghan that were recently residing.
Oh, were they?
On
you mean the Duchess? You've got to get this right. The Dutch and Duchess of Sussex, as we are being told that we have to call them. Although I don't.
To be perfectly honest with you, they've just blown the respect out of the water for
well, I agree
them
with you.
Anything, I'm sorry, but I'm not calling them by that title because they don't deserve it.
No, quite. Although I guess it's not for the likes of us plebs. I mean, I'm talking about myself now, really.
Plebeites.
Yeah, the plebeites of this country.
Yes, well, the ignorant, naive ones left behind the black, astonishing, elegant gates of Downing Street, who just happen to think that we don't know about people having wine parties at the back of the garden at lunchtime, or having the excuse of calling it a lunch conversation.
Yes.
you know.
Let me ask you a question as we sort of got onto Downing Street just for a second, and I don't want this to linger, and I don't want people to get upset by it. But here we go.
No,
let me just quickly ask you this question: Tony Blair, a knighthood?
You speak about amputations and amputees, and you talk about prosthesis. Is the
prosthesis? That's the word. Yes, the prosthesis. I have a prosthesis. But go on, right. Tony Blair. Do you reckon he deserves his knighthood? What do you think?
I'm just going to interject there. Prosthesis, and it's a specialist for Afghanistan and Iraq. The hospital there is just around the corner from Wimbledon, and also, whilst we're going on about weird, peculiar connections, where it's not who you think it was, but his name is McNee.
Oh, McNee. Okay.
Yes.
Hello, it's McNee. I'm taking McNee, and I've got a prosthesis hospital, and I'm not telling anyone.
Yes, it's hilariously consistent with the fact that we've got a bosom contention going on here, because it was Patrick McNee that actually did a bosom documentary on YouTube.
Did he? Patrick McNee Steed? You mean Steed?
Steed of the Avengers.
My goodness, we've gone from the prisoner to the Avengers, the proper Avengers, not the sort of Marvel comic load of old rubbish.
And the locality of Portmeirion, or where that video was filmed.
Yeah, how interesting. Good old Steed. Used to like Patrick McNee. Whatever happened to him? Did he die?
No, and sadly he did not take the knee, and because thank God he didn't, because it will be a single most injustice to his anatomy.
Yes, quite right. Listen, we better move on. I've got another video to play in before the end of the show, but Fabian, FAB, always good to talk to you. Thank you for calling in.
Okay, listen, you take care, and I'll catch you later shortly.
Yeah,
okay.
I'll catch you later shortly. Ta-ta. There we go, the wonderful Fabian there all the way from Stroud calling in. So nice to hear. My friend got an MBE, says Bonnie. What is an MBE? Mouldy brown envelope. Oh, is that stuff with... what is that? An OBE is an order of the British Empire. But what is an MBE then? A member of the British Empire. What's the difference? What is the tiering thing? And what does it really mean having such a gong, as they call it? Are you somebody who cares about gongs? Are you somebody who cares? You see, it's funny. I am an award-winning podcaster, ladies and gentlemen. You may not know that, but I have an award. In 2005, when I did a year of podcasting, I was awarded with an award. But it was just a bit of plastic, and I had to go to America to pick it up because they wouldn't send it to me. And and then you write it down on your publicity and go, yes, Richard Vobes, an award-winning podcaster, and it means nothing. It doesn't make me any better than I was the day before I won it or anything. I'm not somebody that, when people go up to the BAFTAs and all of that, it just leaves me cold. The industry tapping each other on the back, going, oh, well done, or so we're. Because it made me think, it's like the Booker Prize for books and things, or whatever the artists' prizes are. Because it just makes me think that the artists or the people who go for who work in this industry, who want to win these awards, there's a sort of type of book that's going to win the Booker Prize. There's a sort of art that will win whatever the art prizes are. And it just makes me think that it funnels people down in a certain, well, yes, do this film. An artist, an actor will do a certain type of film. In my book, anyway, it may not be true. I'm just giving you my opinion, and you may disagree with it, and you're very welcome to disagree with it, of course. It's all the blooming things you have to say these days. Otherwise, people take offence and they get very upset, the woke lot. I forgot we do have a woke person watching. I don't want to upset anybody, but it just feels like, oh yes, if we do this film, it's going to tick all these boxes, and therefore I'll win an award. Whereas if I do this film, it's not going to tick any boxes, and nobody's going to win an award. But that will entertain a hell of a lot more people, and people will laugh their socks off at that film. Whereas this one, people will, or that book, that people will go, I'm never going to read that. It's too heavy. It's too intense. It's too a subject that really, barely anybody. But the judges were going, yes, it's very award capable of winning. Yes, I think this person, the most obscure person you've ever heard. It's either the most obscure person who's obviously got some minority attachment to them, or it's the same old people going, oh well, we haven't, Dame so and so hasn't won for at least 20 seconds, better give her another one. Oh yes, another gong, all these little gongs all over the thing. I've got my cycling proficiency certificate, says Nigel sadly. Yes, you're showing off there, aren't you? Showing up you proficient on your cycling. I got mine actually. Well, I did have. I haven't got it now. I lost it. I didn't really care for it. Yep, for the new people, I'm the token woke person here, says Bonnie. Yes, self-appointed in actual fact, and proud. We should give you an award. What we want is the self-appointed woke prize for the most self-appointed woke. Although I'm waiting for you to say something really outrageously woke, other than saying I am quite woke. We need to see more evidence of that so that we can poke the fun at the woke. No, I'm only joking, because I've got to thank the patrons. So thank you very much for being so woke. I've got to do that, as told today. Jeff and Mandy says congratulations to Bonnie, and that would be a good name actually. Lynn B says my cat's name is Tuffy, but it'd be a good name to call a little animal, wouldn't it? Woke, here woke, come here woke, wokey, come on, wakey, wokey. I wonder if mums of a certain age wake their woke children up by going wakey, wokey. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? Probably not as much as I am. Yes, time for another viewer's video. This is interesting because Ray of Hope may be eating his hat on this one. I believe it's credited to the good old King Edward, I nearly said, King Henry VIII. Greensleeves. Now, that is an old bit of music, but did Henry VIII copyright it? Can he claim copyright? Will he come back from the dead? Ray of Hope hopes not, because he said to me, if he does, he's going to eat his hat. Let's have a listen. Good old Ray, we got a lovely tune. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? There we are. Is that what do you say? Copyright strike. Oh, thanks. Yeah, no, thanks very much. No, Ray, we want a video of you eating your hat. Actually, could you just send in a video of you eating your hat anyway? Just for the hell of it. It would be quite fun. No, I'm joking. So a lot of people sort of saying, oh no, it wasn't Henry VIII. Paul Cockrell says, coincidentally, I was reading about this tune today. It's probably from the Elizabethan period rather than Henry's, from the Tudor period. Somebody else said this was not in the Tudor period. So who knows? Somebody does, obviously. Can anybody dig him up? Michael White says Henry wrote Greensleeves when he had a runny nose at the time. Yes, it was an early bit of COVID actually. It was like, COVID is what I've got. It dribbles from my nose right here. Someone give me a handkerchief so I can get the bogies clear. I think they were the exact words. It's just come to me now through because, as you know, I am a medium rare. I'm a rare medium, and those rare skills that a medium has, and I can contact the dead. They just don't speak to me. I just contact them again. Hello, are you dead? Come on, open up, open up. We've got to bury somebody else now. Are you decomposed? I suppose he is one of those decomposing composers. Is that what he is? Bonnie says, ooh, I'm secretly practicing a surprise for the show. Shush, don't tell Richard. It's all okay. Well, Julia said to me the other day, she said, you know what? This means with all these copyright strikes, I'll have to write my own music. And I said, do it. I said, I'm sure that you are most talented at writing music. You're a lovely lady. You can play the ukulele. You've got a glorious singing voice. We love the way that Julia sings. And I know that she has that artistic bent in which she can sort of galvanise emotions from her bowels. Like, you know, some of these soul singers do, where they sort of wrench out their guts and go, bling. It was a rainy day in Canada, ring, when I found my ferret had gone, ring. My poor little ferret had gone to the cinema, ring. And oh, there's somebody actually ringing. So, sorry you didn't hear the masterpiece that I was putting together. Hello and welcome to the show.
Oh, hello there. This is a new caller.
Hello, new caller.
Yeah, new caller. I'm normally sort of associate myself with Alison O'Brien.
You're normally who, sorry?
I'm Alison O'Brien.
Alison O'Brien. Oh, marvellous. Sorry, it was just a bit faint in my ear, in my luggo. But we can hear you now. Where are you calling from, Alison?
East Grinstead.
Oh, lovely East Grinstead. There is a set of people who watch from East Grinstead. I don't think that there's anything on at the cinema. There's nothing on the telly. The Crumbles. Is it the Crumbles? There's been no murders on the Crumbles for ages. So they're all watching the show, and it's lovely that you rang in.
Yeah. I thought I'd ring in actually because, like I said, I'm enjoying all your sort of videos, and I'm glad obviously I come across your, YouTube.
Oh, I'm so pleased. What do you make of my ferret?
Yes, lovely, absolutely lovely. Yeah.
I mean, I was such, when I really thought it was a dead cat at first. I thought, oh my God, I've been pranked here. And then I thought, no, Anita and Laura wouldn't do that. And it's absolutely, it's lovely. I don't know if that fur is real. It'd be rather worrying if it is. But it's a lovely ferret.
Yeah, it looks lovely. It does look lovely.
It does look lovely. Poor little blighter.
Yeah. I don't know what else to say really, but I just thought I wanted to call up. I did say I would do really, and like I said, I enjoy your videos, and I used to enjoy your sort of, sort of when you used to do the reading.
Oh, the reading show. Do you know, I was thinking about the reading show earlier today. I was thinking I'd like to resurrect that, but I couldn't read. I don't think I've got time at the moment to commit myself to reading a whole book, plus the fact we're not in lockdown, so there's people are busy around. And I was trying to work out if I could do something about books, because I do like books, but maybe a weekly live book show where we get together and we talk about, we like a book club where everybody reads the same book and then we come back and we dissect it type of thing. What do you think? Is that a goer? I mean, I know a lot of people do that sort of thing, but we could have our own little book club.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really I just can't really get into many books, really, But I mean, it would be sort of interesting to sort of find a book.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking of starting with something like Peter and Jane and working my way up.
Peter and Jane.
Yeah, do you remember Peter and Jane? Some people, I can't remember. There was another couple, I can't remember what they were called. Horace and John, I think it was. I think they were a bit promiscuous, Horace and John. But anyway, never mind them.
I do remember those. I do remember those books in the 70s. And
Peter and Jane.
Yeah.
It's like the Ladybird books in which they've now made adult versions. I have to say, I did scowl when I saw the adult. I thought, well, I don't know if I approve of that. I'm a bit of a prude, really.
The thing is, though, that I wish I could go. Even, you know, I think I've always said that I'd love to go back to like the 80s. I mean, the 80s for me was, you know, sort of, I like, obviously I used to like the music, but I just find I wish I could go back to the 80s. And I mean, I don't know about 2022 really, you know, I don't know. I'd rather go back to the 80s. Really.
Is that your era, the 80s?
Yes. Yeah.
What's your favourite? I mean, give me an idea of the sort of things that you would like to see that have come, that we had in the 80s that we no longer have now.
Can't really think of a hand, really. You know, I mean, we didn't have like mobiles, did we? You know, I mean, we used to ring up, didn't we, and speak to our friends, and I don't know. There was just, you know, I don't know, just something about the 80s. You know,
Was it a simpler? Do you think it was a simpler life?
Yes.
Less.
Yeah, I mean, I was in my teens mind, you know.
Yeah.
Really. But
So did you have big hair? Did you have big hair?
Not really, no. I had long hair.
Long hair.
Long hair, long brown hair. You know, mine. I tend to sort of get it coloured lately.
That was the sort of time when, if I remember rightly, ABBA was sort of, you know, prevalent.
Yeah. But I used to like things like, I don't know, sort of like, I used to like Michael Jackson, and I don't know, I used to like, I just thought of 80s ones, like, I don't know, I mean, I listened to a lot of it lately, you know, but I mean, and then you've got like, I don't know, there's just things, you know, things that come to my head, like, obviously when I end this story, you know, but I mean, you know, the 80s music was like, I don't know, just better than what the music is now. I mean, I don't know if people agree, you know, but I just find the music was like, you know, more better than, you know, you had like Living in the Box and
Yes.
I don't know, you know, Kajagoogoo and you know, things like that really. I just like that era, you know, and sometimes I listen to music and I sort of, it's like an escapism, you know, just sort of escape everything that's going on really, you know, and I just sort of quite like it, you know, and I just wish I could just go back in time and maybe change things. I mean, I know I was a teenager, but I wish I could sort of change, you know, change things that happened and maybe make them, you know, maybe been a bit sort of better, you know, obviously, you know, but no, I just something about the 80s. I mean, a lot of people do say the 80s music was really great, you know. I know you've obviously got the 70s, you know, but I don't know, I just like the 80s, you know, and I just wish I
Did you? So when you were a teenager in the 80s, and you'd left school, what did you do? What did you do? What was your first job?
Oh, obviously I didn't obviously leave any qualifications really, you know, because obviously, I mean, it wasn't, because obviously I suffer with dyslexia and it wasn't obviously known then, you know. I mean, basically I did jobs like chambermaiding, you know, waitressing and sort of just things like that, and sort of working in like a sort of school kitchen, you know.
But there was more
like
work,
that.
wasn't there? More work in the 80s. There was more. You could do that, and people didn't frown on the fact that you might have left school without qualification, because you weren't herded into university and sort of pushed towards a more a literate sort of world instead of using skills and people power. Because I imagine that you had a lot of people skills, that you could talk to people because, you know, you were working in that environment in which you met ordinary everyday people.
Oh yeah. I mean, obviously, like I said, I mean, I'm not the brightest person in the world, and I do have, like, you know, I'm very sociable, and obviously I'm speaking to you. You know, obviously I'm not intelligent.
Alison, you're shining your light on this show, so you are bright to us.
You know, but the thing is, I don't know. It's like, maybe, I mean, you know, when I left school, I didn't know what I wanted to do. But then later on in my life, like I said, obviously I had my son, and then obviously I learned to drive. I passed my driving test in my late 20s.
And I bet the driving test was simpler back then, wasn't it? I mean, you know, you barely had to do very much, whereas I bet you didn't have to do the theory test and all that nonsense now. And there were fewer cars.
No, I did have to do the you know, I mean, obviously I didn't, you know, I mean, I'm 50, so, you know, I did actually have to do theory. So when I was driving, you know, I did have to do the theory.
Oh, did you?
Know,
when I took my test, I had to make sure there was a man with a flag in front of me. That was about it.
No, no. When I mean, there is theory now, but obviously, you know, because I didn't get into it when I was 16, 17, so I left it. Obviously, then I had my son, and I thought, I think, you know, it might have been confidence, but then I thought, you know what, I'm going to start to learn to drive. And it took me a year, and I passed my driving test first time, you know, so obviously I achieved that, you know, but it's, you know, obviously I do lack confidence sometimes, really, you know, but but then, like I said, I got into like alternative therapies. Like I want, you know, I like reflexology and things like that, really, you know, and I tried to do a course, and that's my physiology course, and obviously I know I didn't pass it, but I have got knowledge, and maybe I should obviously, you know, take that up because I have got a lot of knowledge, and also I've got a lot of knowledge with caring, because obviously I have to care for my son, you see. So, you know, I you know, there are lots of things, you know, I could do now, you know, going forward, you know.
I think it's very important to follow your passion, the things that you're interested. We're on this life, you know, in some ways we're in this life, on this world for a very short time, but that short time can also seem a long time if you're not following the things that you really want to do. So I would definitely say if you've got certain passions in certain areas, well worth investing, you know, because it sounds like you've done a lot of stuff for other people. Maybe it's a little bit of time for you time now.
Oh, yeah, I need to do it, you know. The thing is, I've got to try and get my health together. I don't know if I mentioned to you in the past, but I'm suffering with osteoarthritis in both knees. So I need to try and, my health at the moment is not actually like, you know, 100%. So I need to get myself better.
Yeah, well, you're not somebody who's going to be asking anyone to take your knees. You don't want them to take the knee, do you? No.
What I'm on about is I want to try and get myself better.
Yes.
Because I have a skill, you know, I like caring for people, and I have that skill, and I think to myself, you know, I want to try and pursue that. I mean, I was hoping to be like a healthcare assistant at a hospital. I mean, I don't know if it's going to happen, you know, I've got to see how my health progresses, but that's my skill. And like I said, I do like alternative therapies, you know, they are beneficial, you know, to things, but I've just got to try and get my health better, and just hopefully, like I said, I've got to try and think positive, but then it can be hard.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I absolutely agree. It can be very difficult, but you try and focus on the things that you want and not so much on the things that you don't want. Listen, we're going to have to move on, I'm afraid, because we're coming to the end of the show. But Alison, how brave and how delightful to have you calling in right at the end of the show. Thank you so much.
Yeah. I obviously didn't know if I could, you know, obviously you've gone over time really now, but I just want to give you just a quick chat.
Yeah, no, and it's been lovely. It's been lovely, and it's lovely to have a different person ringing in a different voice, and the fact that you're female and that you're from East Grinstead. You know, the word went straight out of my mouth. I was like, where is it? East Grinstead. I haven't been to East Grinstead for a long time. We very much appreciate you calling in. Look after yourself, and do call us again.
I will do. Okay, thanks then.
You take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
There we go. That's Alison O'Brien all the way from East Grinstead. I remember it this time. She's not taking a knee. She's looking after her health, and she wants the 80s back again. I don't blame her, really. That simpler life. Oh, hello. It's gone off. We've got to end the show now, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. It's the weekend from not from now, but from as far as I'm concerned, it is. There is a Bald Explorer video for you tomorrow. Something a bit different about the Bald Explorer video tomorrow. Not so much in content, but something that will happen within. And I'm curious to see what happens. I'm not going to say any more than that. It's just to add a little bit of suspense. I'm so thrilled. Thank you very much, Holly and Co, for this rather wonderful young fella. Or is it a lass? See what Julia makes of him or her when she pops in. That would be interesting. And of course, we have this mystery gift also from Anita and Laura from Holly and Co. Check out them on the YouTube, because they've got their own YouTube channel as well. That's it for this week, but back again on Monday, ladies and gentlemen. Look after yourselves. Thanks to Julia and Judith for moderating. Thanks to all you guys for coming in and chatting away. Thank you to Terry Banton and Fabian and Alison O'Brien for ringing in, to Stephen Agger for his wonderful trip along the Ribble Viaduct, to Bernie for escaping from the world of Patrick McGowan on Port Miriam, and of course Ray of Hope for that wonderful, was it Henry VIII or was it somebody else, Greensleeves version. Have a good weekend, look after yourselves, thanks for watching, take care, And don't take the knee if you don't need to. Bye for now.